Agatha, what is this?
The corrupted influence of the elder god Chthon. But we won't be able to heal the Abbey grounds until we've recovered the Moon Seal, stolen by Hiram Shaw.
Remind me about the seal?
I think you've gotten ahead of yourself, dear. You'll need to find the Moon Seal first. A trial awaits you.
Okay, so the reflecting pool mystery. So for us to solve this, we need to do the Hiram Shaw one first, which is fair. But as I say, it's always best to be ahead of ourselves.
Blessings of the goddess. I need to find the next Moon Seal.
That'll be to open this area, I'm guessing. Okay. Well, at least we know where we're going after we find that Moon Seal. The Emperor T'Challa stands guard before the different regions he battled for the title of Black Panther. This card represents ambition and leadership, and a protection over one's home. Encyclopedia Decocotio Recipe Book.
If I remember correctly, this is the grave of Will Walker, a notoriously vicious but effective vampire hunter. Blade would have liked him.
Two Dryad Saddles reagents.
She does not see it happening.
Okay.
If it was here, Autumn would show me.
So we need to obviously learn a power to do that.
She believes in our purpose.
Arcana, level up Arcane Knowledge 4. Common chests no longer require an arcane key. Very cool. Agatha's Cottage. New Haven discovered the mysterious oaks. The world. AO2, the Watcher, is always lingering just beyond the world, observing and learning. This card represents accomplishment and becoming whole, along with reaching the finale of a chapter. Troublesome alignments. Agatha's hastily written note. I've been charting the celestial movements the past many months. Once the alignments have been properly calculated, I will gain a better understanding of the coming resurrection. As I get closer to narrowing the timelines, I have begun to pick up disturbances within the grounds of the Abbey. Current events have intensified as of late, and a low rumble can be felt emanating from Lilith's tomb. Okay. Caretaker's Journal, January 2nd, 1695. A witch appeared at the Abbey today. I cannot say from where she came nor what it is she wants. But Agatha is a truly fascinating and gifted woman of a great magical ability. She brought a basket of warm food with her, and despite myself I couldn't turn her away. Even if I had wanted to, she told me that she sensed a child of magic, and her heart drew her here. I think that I believe her, though I know that I have no reason to. Advanced occult transmutation.
He sees our
Agatha's house.
Cauldron experimentations. This is one cagey beast indeed. Dr. Drood was not kidding when he stated the difficulties tied to the imp-like creature bound to this cauldron. It appears that the energies bound within the forge only serve to further agitate the creature within the cauldron. June 10th, 1988. My initial experiment proved to be ineffective. A protective ward I'd created to shield the Abbey instead released a noxious black cloud which hung over the grounds for days. June 13th, 1988. I moved the cauldron this afternoon to just outside the Abbey and attempted to purify the springs that ran off from the waterfall and into the yard. Instead, I managed to release a geyser of flames that shot a good 50 yards into the air. A most unfortunate event, the flame blast incinerated many of my favourite willow trees. Weathered note, our young hunter. Although I didn't know Lilith all that well, I should have imagined the hunter would be an energetic child given their lineage. While Sarah acts as the ever-vigilant stickler for order and reason, I've become something of a silent partner in crime for the hunters' hijinks across the Abbey. Of course, I would never interfere with their training or education, but someone has to encourage things like exploration and creativity. It would be nice if the hunter had someone their own age to spend time with. I'm not sure a couple of old witches make for the best companions to a child. Sometimes I have to remind Sarah that there's more at stake here than just training a powerful demon hunter. She means well, of course, and I know she loves the hunter as her own. Still, they're going to drive each other crazy at this rate. Maybe some kind of pet would help, question mark. Caretaker's Journal, November 20th, 1694. Lilith returned to the Abbey several nights ago, clutching the baby. It was as if the illness had never touched her, and when I looked into her eyes, my sister was gone. Who or what remained, I did not recognize. She pleaded with me on her knees, and hands and knees, no less, but I could sense the magic of the Darkhold all over her. She's being cast out, the abbey is sealed, and I find myself the caretaker of a child. Everbloom Grimoire. Recipe book. Cauldron Manifest, page 2. Odin, I suspect, is quite entertained at this point, knowing the history of Loki's cauldron and the destruction and turmoil that awaits you. I hope that this relic lives up to your expectations, and should the need arise for another transfer, I hope to be caught up in various life and death struggles which require my attention. Agatha, I know you to enjoy a good challenge, and you shall have it with this wretched thing. Handbook of the Wilds, excerpt from page 13. So the Aztec revered the mushroom as the flesh of the gods, frequently serving them with honey and chocolate. Other species, such as the death cat, were quite poisonous when ingested. Scotch bonnet were known to grow naturally in ring-like formations, sometimes referred to as fairy circles. These were often thought to improve fertility and bring good fortune to relationships. Caretaker's Journal, November 14th, 1694. So obviously there's a lot of information in this cabin. This is not the Lilith that I know. This is not my sister. I witnessed her seal away that horrid preacher in a damp cave with an unbreakable ward. We could have healed the darkness of his heart, or provided him a merciful death, at the very least. To leave him to fester and slowly slip away into a painful death, I have never witnessed such cruelty from her. And now it seems she is nowhere to be found. I traced her to her gardens, perhaps to repent for what she had done, but it's as if she has vanished. Fragments of Raw Earth, excerpt from page 211. Hematite is commonly used for grounding and stability, while the lodestone's magnetic qualities were meant to attract good fortune regarding love and relationships. Meteorite, with its association with the celestial realm, can enhance astral projection and served as an excellent amplifier for dream and spirit journeying.
What is this?
We've got strange glyphs, 5 symbols arranged in a row. The order is probably important. We can open this arcane chest. Awesome. Caretaker's Journal, April 4th, 1701. Today I told the child of their mother. I tried to be gentle but clear. Agatha brought her warmth and comfort to the conversation, and I think she is the reason the child shed no tears. At 6 years old, it was time we had defended the abbey against Lilith and her Lilin, but soon enough she will grow stronger. We keep the secrets that we must, but the child must know what hides in the shadows of the world. Okay. So we've read a big amount of entries there. So again, we've got something.
Dark influence has tainted this well.
that we can't go to just yet. But it's better to open up everything we can, and then we'll know where to go when we need to do it, if you know what I mean. And we can't travel to this area either. Okay, that's pretty cool. So we've obviously opened up quite a lot of stuff. Read a lot of stuff too. So we need to travel to Doctor Strange. So we can fast travel there.
Good. Between Lilith's plans and her turning our friends to pawns, we can't turn them.
With Wanda's power under Lilith's control, reality itself is no longer on our side.
So I'm assuming we were to talk to Doctor Strange, but obviously not. Got a new read here. Every time there's a new read, the difference is it's got a glowing mark next to it. So, Chiton, excerpt from On the Origins of the Elder Gods. The belief closely held among scholars of the secret histories of this world is that the Elder Gods were brought into creation by the Demiurge soon after our planet had formed. Of the ethereal divinities birthed all these eons ago, the most powerful were Oshtur, Set, Gaia and Chiton. For millions of years the Elder Gods ruled over all of creation, but each sought our knowledge that would alter this path, or their path, and the fate of the planet itself. Oshtur, fascinated by what lay beneath or beyond Earth's firmament, set out for the heavens. Chiton studied the mystical forces of the universe, harnessing them to his will, becoming Earth's first black magician. Set acquired the most dangerous knowledge of all. He discovered that by devouring his fellow gods he could consume their power. Seeing this, most of the Elder Gods followed his example. Wars of cosmic proportions broke out amongst them as they struggled for dominance. But with their actions began a degeneration, and those gods who had consumed their kin were soon reduced to demons. Only Gaia had refrained and so saved herself from the fall. By communing with the Demiurge, she was able to bring Atom into the world. He would become known as God Eater. Okay.
Feeling well today, dear?
I have heard that Wanda's power comes from Chthon.
The way I understand it, as a child, Wanda and her family lived in Transia, not far from Mount Wundagore. Within that mountain, the dark god Chthon had long been imprisoned, his corruptive influence an ongoing threat to the people of Transia.
And Wanda was affected?
Whether Chthon reached out to Wanda, or he found her by chance, I can't say. But Wanda was blessed or cursed by Chthon, touched by the power of chaos magic. While he had hoped to make her some sort of acolyte, she proved to be more capable than even he foresaw.
What can you tell me about Chthon?
One of the first Elder Gods, Chthon is said to have existed for tens of millions of years, well before the dawn of humanity on Earth. Believe it or not, he wasn't always the bastion of evil that we know today.
This story sounds familiar.
As the legend goes, the downfall of the old gods was actually brought upon by Chthon's brother Set, who found that by consuming his siblings, he could gain their power. After Set consumed Hypus, Chthon followed suit with the others. And in this way, many of the first gods also became the first demons.
And how did he come to be imprisoned on Earth?
In the same way Hydra has worked to restore Lilith, various cultists of the past sought to revive Chthon to wield his power. When Chthon failed to cooperate, these same cultists did the only thing they could. They locked him away again.
What do you know about Transia?
Transia is your ancestral homeland, Hunter. The birthplace of Lilith and Caretaker. It has always been a sort of magical junction, drawing in every type of occultist, sorcerer, and even the occasional elder god. The Abbey grounds still behave in much the same way, even after all this time.
And Wundagore?
Wundagore Mountain has always played a prominent role in whatever scheme was underway. Chthon himself is said to have created the Darkhold, deep within the caverns of the mountain.
What was Caretaker like when she was younger?
I'm sure it's difficult to remember now, but Sarah wasn't always the steadfast contrarian. In our younger days, she was much more enthusiastic about dashing off to save the day, not unlike some of our younger allies among the Suns.
That does not sound like the Caretaker we know and love.
Keep in mind, Hunter, Sarah has faced a great deal of loss in her time here. Everyone she ever cared about, in fact. I would say she's earned the right to be disagreeable, at the very least. She is a very strong woman. I'm not sure I would have held up as well, given the same circumstances.
Who were the Knights of Wundagore?
Another mysterious group of heroes in a world full of mysterious groups. Of course, I'm no expert on Transian history. I do know that the Knights of Wundagore were formed as a response to the growing threat of Chthon's influence near the mountain.
What exactly did they do?
Hydra was hardly the first to dabble in chthonic schemes. Many have tried and failed to awaken the Dark God. Over the centuries, the Knights fought alongside a number of allies who stood against the various crazed worshippers of Chthon.
You were there? At the witch trials?
Not initially, no. If I had been, I like to think I could have stopped them. Before it was too late. I sensed something was wrong, and when the witches cried out in distress, I came to Salem as quickly as I could.
But Shah had already committed his crimes against them?
Yes. It was a devastating discovery. And for the longest time, I blamed myself.
But you see now it was not your fault.
I've come to understand that we must accept the past and move on. But that doesn't mean I won't always carry that pain with me.
I know that feeling all too well.
I know. And I wish you didn't, dear. I really do.
Nobody likes feeling stuck on the sidelines, but we have to battle our impulses to win the war.
Hey, Hunter.
Battlefield scanner. Okay, cool.
When you do immature things, you get called immature.
I just know that these caches can be opened without arcane keys now. Because we are at level 4 of arcane knowledge.
You are the best girl. You know that, right? That looks good.
Okay. So because it didn't give us the option to talk to Doctor Strange, we couldn't open that area. Maybe we can talk to him now about it. We haven't read this post about, well, from Tony Stark. The only good elephant in the room is the kind you mount on a wall. In that spirit, let's dig into last night's catastrophe. This isn't the time half the team went AWOL, Steve. Our secret weapon and our only reliable method of transportation decided to follow Mole-Rat Mab into a trap so obvious even Wonder Man would have noticed it. Let it go, Tony. We cannot fault them for doing what they could to recover Wanda. And since when does Iron Man play by any tune but his own? ? Telling us to follow the rules is a joke coming from you. It pains me to be the adult in the room, but I have no choice if you're going to lash out like children. Tony, last night they lost their teammate to Lilith. And we didn't ? Is Banner nothing to us ? If you know the feeling, you know better than to pick a fight with those going through a similar experience. Fine, I'll drop it for now. Okay.
Don't you think with all my knowledge, all my expertise, I could have helped save Wanda?
No.
Why?
Because we do not trust you, Strange.
Your problem, Magic, is that you don't trust anyone.
Why should I? Where were you when Wanda was taken? What have you or any of the other Avengers done to rescue her?
I thought we resolved this already. There was nothing any of us could do.
No, you resolved it out of your mind. We acted.
And had you elicited my help, you might have succeeded.
Please, you Avengers would only have gotten in our way.
I suppose we'll never know now, will we? And people say Tony's ego's big.
Enough of this. I have to attend to some issues in Limbo. Someone has to make sure we have safe passage through space-time.
Now who is running from a fight, Illyana? I try not to be someone who equates youth with folly. I wish Illyana would not look at someone with a lifetime of experience and assume incompetence. Perhaps there was more I could have done to save Wanda. But until I get back into my sanctum, I cannot see everything I once did.
Magic just does not understand what you have been through, Doctor.
Of course she doesn't. She hasn't experienced an inkling of the universe that I have.
And why let this bother you?
You know why? I just don't feel complete without the sanctum and all its prophetic perks. Like I'm not quite myself.
So you can no longer peer into the future. But that is not where your true value lies. Maybe it is time to reframe your place in the world.
Perhaps you're right, but I do not know where to start.
You can start by realizing you are the Sorcerer Supreme, no matter where you rest your head.
Thank you, Hunter, for your wise counsel. Now, if you will excuse me, this Sorcerer Supreme needs to figure out a way to save us from this mess. Normally I would frown upon pursuit of the dark arts, but who am I to tell Nico or Magic they can't pursue their dark God-given talents? chance. You have my undivided attention. In this reality, anyway. To be fair, it does look interesting, at least.
Artifact study complete. Chain of champions. Okay, research level has been increased. Perfect.
Alright, let's get started, Dr. Spooky. Welcome to Tony's Scary Demon Cave. I'm Tony, and how may I assist you today? What do you think? Another magical mystery box. And to think, I used to design sentient future tech. I'm here if you need me.
Always a pleasure.
Curious.
Well, hello there.
Hey, can I ask a favor?
Tony Stark waves an easy greeting. Hey, Hunter, I was wondering, I know your childhood wasn't an easy one. Lilith the Collar, your powers. How does a kid deal with all of that?
Thanks, Hunter.
Let's do this.
I know magic, right?
See you around.
Salutations, Hunter. This color, it reminds me of the psychic flares that often coincide with interdimensional travel.
So I quite like that one, guys, to be honest.
Glad to see you're adjusting.
Dueling with you is intense, Hunter.
Nico, what are you doing in Wanda's room?
What does it look like? Ileana said this grimoire is filled with pretty powerful magic. There's gotta be something in here. Something to break the stupid spell your mother cast over Wanda so, you know, we can all go back to being normal. To being friends again.
Blood Witch, Daywalker, Spirit of Vengeance, former Queen of Limbo, and the Child of Lilith. I doubt anyone would ever accuse the Midnight Suns of being normal. Dark magic always comes with a price, Nico. Just be sure you are willing to pay it.
Hello? Blood Witch. Without going too TMI on you, let's just say I know all about the cost of doing business.
Your magic demands your blood. The magic in that book may have a different hunger. It is not just your life you are playing with anymore.
Hey, you went through that mirror with us, Hunter.
If I recall, I was sucked inside after trying to stop the vortex you created.
I was trying to save our friend, for all the good that did me. It all made sense in my head. We'd find Wanda, smack around a few Hydra dirtbags, bring her back to the Abbey, and Caretaker would bake her a cake. I wasn't exactly envisioning Wanda trying to murder us. Or you trying to do the same thing to her.
The Wanda you know would never hurt you, and I would never hurt her. This was someone else.
Must be nice to tell yourself that. I bet it makes it a lot easier to release them of whatever you want to call it when you put them down. Sorry, but I'm not buying that, Hunter. Well, that was before you had me on your side. How about you give me a chance before you start swinging your sword next time, huh?
You have my word.
Good, because I'm gonna hold you to that. Well, unless you have anything to add to this free Wanda brainstorming sesh, I should get back to her grimoire. I'm not leaving one page unturned until I find a way of bringing her back to her senses. Till then, later.
Okay.
Hunter, come and talk with me a moment. I wanted to apologize for last night. I just couldn't believe what you and the rest of the Sons did, and needed time alone to process. I knew I underestimated Nico's desperation to save Wanda when I realized she swiped my spellbook. I keep thinking, if I hadn't given up on her so easily, if I had listened to them, helped them, I could have prevented them from going out on their own and risking all. Do you think they are right, Hunter? Do you think I gave up on Wanda too soon?
Try not to be too hard on yourself about what you did or did not do.
But it's my job to make the best decisions for the team with the given information. And this time, I feel like I failed spectacularly.
We are all doing our best.
It doesn't feel like it right now.
It does not have to.
Oh, I can't help but be reminded of Lilith. Maybe if I tried to save her centuries ago, we wouldn't be walking the apocalypse we're in now. Well, I ought to pull myself together and face the day. Thanks for the word, Hunter.
Okay, let's see what the new mission's all about.
Stay out of trouble.
Hydra forces in this area are causing trouble. Let's take them down.
As you wish.
Get to the truck and grab those artifacts before they roll out.
We hear you.
I'm on it!
That's some move. I'm going in. Now that was something.
Here we go again!
I'm impressed.
We will never forsake her.
They are being reinforced.
Serve her with honor.
That truck is about to move out. You're running out of time.
Tracking target movement.
That's gonna leave a mark. I'm off. They're not going to like this.
Find another.
that everyone?
The artifacts are secure, but why don't you teach Hydra a lesson while you're there?
Let's settle this. I don't think they even realize the trouble there.
Right, feeling it.
By her command. Hope you're ready. Time to shine.
They are putting up a good fight this time.
The power of the light.
I knew you could do it.
This is the least I can do.
Do I want to know what was in that?
We serve until the end. Don't waste it.
I can feel her corruption spreading. Light will heal you. The advantage is mine. Hope they're ready. What do you call a private who failed at a boot camp? A Hydra officer.
Coming at you. You guys are really gonna get hurt if you're not careful.
Hydra Immortalis.
We can all join Lilith together.
Try this on for size.
Wow, I'm glad you're on our side. Welcome assistance. Here we go. There's still time to run away, but you better get going.
Regroup at position Tango.
Feeling a little off.
Targeting systems active.
Okay, that was pretty cool.
The fuck?
I'm coming. You can still run away. I promise we won't chase you.
Start Target confirmed. You wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes back at Camp Lehigh.
Defeat all enemies, this guy's still here.
Excellent work.
Just chilling. Must be invisible. Okay, I'll take it. Anyway. That's some weird ass fucking shit, but there you go. I'll take it. Alright, we've got one area left to upgrade and then we're good.
Shop class tonight. You free?
I am ready.
Right on.
Good instincts, but you want to tighten up the array.
Like this?
Close. Here, I can show you.
What's all the, new equipment?
Ah, the supplies? No need to thank me. Donated to the cause, courtesy of 5 Stark subsidiaries.
Wow. It's really something.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, but just take what you need. I'll clear out the rest. I promise.
Awesome. That's great.
Huh. What is wrong?
It's nothing. Did you know Tony planned to do this?
No. Did you?
Nope. Maybe he can tell us what's going on.
How's it going, boss? Ready to get your hands greasy?
Tony, why did you bring all this equipment?
Really? The old stuff has a junkyard horked up in an 80s machine shop fire. Why? Were we supposed to vote on it?
The supplies are helpful, but we could have used a warning.
Yeah, I should have sent a message to your Sparks. My bad. I'll call a mulligan on this one.
What is a mulligan?
It's a... I'm gonna say it's a type of, carburetor.
Good to know.
So, about this situation, I get it. We're bumping elbows. But you kids are doing good work here. Whatever you want to do, I'll support it.
Glad you cleared that up with Tony. Now we can get to work. Now that we know Wanda's a threat, you'll need an edge if you face her again.
What kind of edge?
Nothing that involves her coming to harm. We're looking at ways to protect you from her abilities.
How is that possible?
Our first prototype keeps you connected to the real world in case Wanda alters it around you.
Like an anchor, tethering me to reality?
Exactly. If Wanda alters your reality, our second prototype alters it back. Robbie got the idea from his spirit of vengeance. I think the prototype is powered by Hellfire, so best not to jostle it.
Like a button I press to reset her alterations? Or a broadcast interfering with her own transmission?
Perfect, you got it. All right, components. Let's see what you have for me.
I do not have everything you need.
Oh, don't worry, we'll try again next time. So, are we good to go on this project?
I am ready.
Let me know when you're ready to take off.
I am ready to go.
Salute.
Hunter.
Magic. Are you all right?
No, Hunter, I am not. And neither is Limbo. The dark energy is increasing.
This danger you feel, have you given more thought to what could be causing it?
Yes, but I do not want to say it out loud.
It is all right to fear magic.
I am not afraid, Hunter. It's just... once I say his name, he becomes real again. Words have power. I do not want to give him any more than he already has.
He?
If I am right, you will see soon enough. But tonight, that's all I can say.
What are you up so late reading?
The twisted brain drippings of that psycho Faustus? This journal is like a love letter to Aleister Crowley, the Necronomicon, Jack the Ripper, and Charles Manson. All remixed into some nightmarish open mic poetry. I'm going to be up all night trying to make sense of it. See if it helps us find our way back into the sanctum.
You are exhausted, Carol. Get some rest. You can crack Faustus's code tomorrow.
It's not that I don't appreciate the sentiment, Hunter, but I'll tap out when I'm ready. Besides, if I went to sleep right now, this nightmare juice would be sure to terrorize me with bad dreams. And when I say bad dreams, I don't mean Lovecraftian demons or Cenobites. I mean being stuck at a 12-hour poetry slam in the East Village. You know, real horror. Listen to this crap. Lilith, your name is a black hole for men like me to lose their souls. How I await to be suffocated in your arms. Choke on the dark tendrils of your hair. Murder me, goddess, and I will help you murder this dimension.
These are just the ramblings of a madman. No rhyme or reason to be found.
There must be something helpful here. Well, I ought to get back to burning the midnight oil. I got about 400 pages to go of this crap. I'll let you know what I find out.
You look like you are on the hunt.
It's that scent again. Almost feels familiar somehow. I was hoping you and Charlie might give it another go. You down?
Who would miss a chance to hunt with Blade?
I'm flattered. Now meet me out by that creepy-ass church.
Tell me, Blade, have you found any other unusual creatures during your pursuit of the Barghest?
Seen a few birds hanging around the training yard, but I haven't decided if they're real yet.
Real? As opposed to...
I'm not sure. The way things operate around here, they could be...
And what makes you so suspicious?
Damn thing got away again.
We may need some help.
Not so mysterious now, huh? We should head back. This place gives me the creeps. And that ain't easy to do. You coming?
Let us get out of here.
Okay, is that everyone that we have spoken to? Yep. Okay.
You're looking stronger than ever.
Fleeing the village February 12th, 1692. Made it out of the village, and the missus slipped a note under the neighbour's door on the way out. God save them all. This whole place will burn by the time Shaw is through. Me and the boy found us a cave deep in the forest that we can hide out in until we slip out in the wee hours of the morning. Anyone wishing to save themselves better see us in the old grove by nightfall. If they don't make it, they're as good as dead. Let's read some of these, then we'll speak to Doctor Strange. The Hidden Veil of Gods and Man, Volume 2, excerpt from page 361. Representing raw fury and strength, Set was the first of the elders to turn on his fellow gods and consume them. With each god shallowed, Set's power grew to unmatched proportions, with the remaining gods forced to seek refuge elsewhere in the universe. Oshtur took to the stars while Gaia embedded herself within the earth and created sanctuary for the earth's inhabitants by sealing the world from both Set and Chiton's influence. Tormented Spirits Notes from Wanda Maximoff, August 18th, 1994. The victims of Salem have been calling to me these last few evenings. I've spent the last nights shifting over to my astral state to find them at the base of the hanging tree, still bound in spectral form, clutching one another and sobbing. Each night I manage to get a bit closer to them, but not before the eldritch flames consume them. Night after night these tortured souls relive the immolation they suffered at the hands of Hiram Shaw. I shall continue to try. I believe I can put an end to their suffering. Alright, let's speak to Doctor Strange.
Ah, Hunter, I was just admiring the collection. Someone spent a great deal of time piecing this library together. I hope you don't mind me, having a look around.
Of course not, Doctor. The library is an asset to us all.
I see I'm not the only one who's taken an interest in these works. You haven't been getting into anything precarious, I hope?
I've found something on the Abbey grounds that I think you should see.
Oh, sounds mysterious. By all means, lead the way. I typically avoid venturing this far from Abbey, especially at night. It makes Tony nervous, you see. Not in the I'm concerned about your personal well-being, Doctor sense. There's an unsettling air about this place.
This church belonged to a preacher named Hiram Shaw. His influence turned Salem against its coven.
You were right to bring this to my attention, Hunter.
We thought it resembled one of your wards of protection.
There's a reason for that. It's the same magic Wanda invoked in her attempts to protect the Sanctum. But what is it that you're chasing out here? These wards aren't something to toy with.
We'll not know for sure until I get past this. Is there any way to dispel it?
Unfortunately, no. What good would the wards of protection be if they were so easily broken? But I have been wrong before, at least recently. Do you have any suspicions as to who may have conjured this here?
Wanda spent a great deal of time out here, and she had the power.
She does have some experience with these spells, but why would she do that?
The only way I will know for sure is to find a way through to the other side.
I'll think on it and see if I can come up with some way to assist you, Hunter. For now, though, you'll have to be patient. You go on, Hunter. Hunter, I'd like to study this area a bit more.
Got a bespoke potion.
This is which sign? Fascinating. Autumn be praised.
New England flora. Caretaker's Journal, April 17th, 1694. Lilith's free spirit has always been a worry of mine. I thought that perhaps coming here would help her channel that energy towards our work. But I was mistaken. First she married that mortal man. Now it seems that she is expecting a child. A child. As if a lover was not distraction enough to bring a half-blood descendant into this world, it's not only wrong, but it is extremely dangerous. For all of us, she insists that my feelings are born of envy, and I cannot help but laugh. My longing for the distractions of love ended a millennia ago. Caretaker's Journal, November 4th, 1694. Lilith's husband Gregor has died. An illness has swept through Salem, and even Lilith and I are affected. Many lives have been lost. I see her clutching a swollen abdomen, fear plastered across her face. I worry what will come of her life if she loses the child. I can sense a change in my sister. She has always walked her own path. But that freedom of emotion that was once endearing grows into something darker. Doll locations scattered. After the incident, I scattered my dolls in the area around the grave. Caretaker's doll was placed in the tree fort that I built along the cliff face in Dreamer's Descent. My doll was left at the tea party I set up at the top of the stairs above the gravesite. I built a fort beneath the standing stones for Mother's doll. Caretaker's Journal, April 13th, 1693. Lilith and I continue to work against Sure, we have lost the coven of witches to the barbaric nature of those townfolk. that he's brought under his influence. But their sacrifice will never be forgotten. I must admit that I am frustrated with Lilith these days, who does not have the focus that our sisters of the Coven did. I sense that she may find herself distracted by Salem man from the village. Her blood simply cannot give in to such impulses, and I've warned her that she is being a fool. Okay. Alright, we've got a list of things that we need to get.
Good morning, Hunter. Got a minute to chat? It just struck me. Your first time in New York City was the day of your resurrection.
Not my first time. I traveled there in my youth.
That must have been a shock to find it so much bigger and louder. Trust me, I know the feeling.
There is an energy to the place that has not changed a bit.
Yeah, you notice it right away. I grew up in Brooklyn. Whenever I'm away, that's the Big Apple I remember.
Do you miss it now?
Every day. But in the face of a greater threat, we don't always have the luxury of going home. Can't wait till next time.
You wanted to speak, Captain America?
Please, call me Steve or Cap. I know I'm a newer kid on the block, but I'm noticing some major divisions within this team. All the interpersonal drama is pulling focus from the real danger, Lilith.
I have witnessed the divisions. I must do a better job of resolving the conflicts at hand.
Hardest lessons hit the closest to our hearts. Leading others is never straightforward or easy. It's definitely not all on your shoulders, but I respect you for taking accountability. Don't forget that you're the only one of us who's beaten Lilith and paid the ultimate price for it. You stand out here as a leader. The Midnight Suns, Strange, Carol, Tony, even me. We all look to you for our cues. It's a responsibility, and it's a tough one.
I have been a weapon all my life, to be wielded and directed by others. Leadership ability is not my forte. I would appreciate a few pointers.
Just the fact that you're willing to learn means you're on the right track.
I would benefit from your honest appraisal.
Take it step by step and build some bridges between teammates. We're all tired, but some team building might be what we need, even if it's just blowing off a little steam. Times like this, it's easy to forget we're all on the same side. You've already made the ultimate sacrifice once before. I've been there. I know what it's like to be asked to do it again and again. It doesn't get easier, but you get stronger and better at making the hard calls. I've given you a lot to process, but let's pick up this conversation again soon. Thanks for inviting me on board. Apocalypses are stressful. Always nice to have a sandwich out under the sun.
I have something for you.
Oh?
Here you are.
Good. This will help the ritual.
It wasn't easy keeping all the night owls distracted to cover for you. You're an only child, aren't you?
Yes.
I guess you'd have to be. Caretaker used to tell us about Lilith's child, not Lilith's firstborn.
Can you imagine Hunter triplets?
That would have ended poorly. Caretaker always said she could barely handle one of you.
I could be, let us say, headstrong.
I can't imagine. It always strikes me how our families define so much about us. I wouldn't be who I am without my little brother. With my parents gone, I had to grow up fast, pay the bills, keep my grades up, and provide for Gabe, no matter what.
It must be difficult to be apart. You can go if you need to. We will not think less of you.
No, it's fine. He's staying with a family friend.
You keep in touch with him, don't you?
Yeah, I try to call him every day. He's healthy, happy, and safe. It's not easy to find that balance, but you have to do it. Without family, you lose a part of yourself. Wish we could do this all day. I needed a mental break. Thanks. Hunter, I have a feeling we're gonna go on lots of adventures together.
Nico, Magic, how are they? They won't speak to me.
They're holding up often.
Hey, can I ask a favor?
The Abbey's secrets hold secrets. There's power here if you know where to look.
Sense of Dr. Faustus's ramblings.
Told you there'd be trouble for crossing Caretaker. Does the night sky seem darker than usual?
I had not noticed. Why do you ask?
It's just off somehow. I swear the moonlight on a clear evening is too dim for this time of year. Same with the torches outside the Abbey.
Could we ask someone about this? Maybe Nico or Strange.
Maybe. As long as it's not in my head. If we're both saying it this time next week, let's bring it up to them.
Sounds good. What do you think it means?
My concern, as always, is vampires. Darker nights give them opportunity, mobility, and more chances to feed.
That is disturbing.
That's the world I know. We should do this again.
What in the... This crap just keeps getting weirder and weirder. You know, I think Faustus might have been the Zodiac killer.
I don't paint, but we ran out of red.
Lovely, dear. You're a natural. That was expertly done, Hunter. I expected no less from someone as skilled as you.
See you soon.
snap Lilith's hold on Banner, we're gonna have to get creative.
My link with the Sanctum is weakened.
WHIH Global News Repo Spot. Breaking: the Eastern European nation of Transia went offline today as all cellular and internet service experienced rolling and persistent blackouts. Transia-based WHIH correspondents could not be reached by satellite phone. The Transian mission to the United Nations declined to comment at this time. That's not ominous or foreboding in any way. Did Transia not pay their cable bill? Question mark. Better that than Latveria knocking on their door again, or one of Hank Pym's AI pals deciding it wanted or wants to give it another go at upgrading our species. He'll take Ultron over Doom any day. A lot more fun at parties and comes with free Wi-Fi. Don't you guys usually do something about stuff like this? Question mark. We try to handle one, maybe two apocalypses a week. Alright.
Oh, you are gonna love this.
Teamwork tactics.
Found another artifact, Hunter? If you were up to Tony, you'd probably be stuffing that item into some machine right about now. Very. Generations ago, these were quite the rage.
Welcome to Tony's Scary Demon Cave. I'm Tony, and how may I assist you today? What can I say except you're welcome?
Always a pleasure. Farewell. Well met, Hunter.
Let's touch base.
Now we can really get down to work.
Well, you know what they say about practice. Caretaker really commands a presence. Whoa. I just realized we're nearly the same age. It's kind of blowing my mind.
Why?
In my head, you're ancient. No offense. But you've actually lived fewer years than I have. So, are you one of the kids? Or the second oldest adult? I don't know how to treat you.
I am glad you brought this up. I am unhappy with how you have treated me.
Oh man, was it the ancient thing? Because...
As your elder, I expect breakfast delivered daily outside my room.
I'm not the best cook, but...
I expect you to launder my battle garb after every mission.
There's a washing machine? Magic said we had to use the creek.
And walk Charlie twice a day. Do not touch her waist, for its hellish nature will make your hair fall out.
Okay, you're definitely one of the kids. That's an impressively straight face. Now that's an excellent time. Nothing beats fighting bugs off our lunch on a nice day.
I have something for you.
A pair of cozy mittens?
Components for shop class.
Alright, I guess that's comparable.
All right.
Thanks, Hunter. Learning so much more from Faustus.
Captain Marvel swears she can see threads of Dr. Faustus's plan. Thank you, Hunter.
All right, let's go with our story mission.
Any progress on the journal?
If by progress you mean genetic experimentation recipes, demonic incantations, and what Strange here thinks is some sort of, wait for it, Lilith fanfiction Faustus wrote in a 10,000-year-old dead language...
Ancient Atlantean.
Then sure. Tons.
I actually speak a little Atlantean.
Tio mile oth episis?
But I did find this.
A hole?
We think it's a shipping facility. Or smuggling. Faustus may have been a demented loon, but the man kept some pretty detailed records.
Possibly for stealing. From me.
Via the hole.
Let me guess. That's why I'm here.
Well, given the nocturnal and clandestine nature of this operation, as well as your experience in dealing with subterranean affairs...
I'll bet. Ever wonder why you people only come to me for the dirty work?
Because you are a vampire? You sleep in the actual dirt? Or a coffin?
I mean, there's sort of a point buried in there. Sorry.
Let's go. I don't want to sound like a diva, but just once, I would like a mission on a tropical...
Checking out a big dark hole in the ground does not excite you?
Combing through Faustus's twisted ramblings wasn't the easiest job in the world, but Captain Marvel did manage to find a spot of particular interest to the late Doctor. Judging by the Hydra activity we've picked up in the area, I'd say she's on to something.
Carol never failed. Big hole.
Big horde of Hydra.
Think we finally found out how they're smuggling artifacts out of the sanctum.
Good. Then there must be a way to smuggle ourselves inside. Let me guess. Stealth not your style?
I'm a vampire, remember? We invented stealth.
You might want to tell that to them.
Hydra forces in this area are causing trouble. Let's take them down.
Understood.
If you're done showing off, why don't we move on Hydra and put an end to their artifact smuggling operation for good?
No problem.
Target confirmed.
Now that was something.
Maybe you should teach me that one. Get some. It's weirdos like these that give people like us a bad reputation.
Never surrender!
Damn if I don't hate fanatics.
They're hoping to wear me down. For victory!
Try harder next time.
Hope you're ready. On Delta responding.
According to our thermal scan, this hole branches from here across the entire city. What the hell was Faustus doing down here?
You would have to ask Crossbones.
We've got movement here. The light will heal you. Appreciate it.
Come get it.
I am impressed.
By her command, we're all gonna go. Finally, it's my turn.
You're mine. Payback's gonna be fun.
I'm up for reinforcing.
Your sacrifice will be remembered.
Hydra has always sought power from the occult, but this feels different. It's one thing to steal artifacts, but this entire setup feels like a distribution center. But distribution to where?
If my mother is involved, nowhere good.
Then I'm betting it somehow involves Banner.
Help is at hand. Time to get serious. Who says an old dog can't learn new tricks?
For the mother!
I must have angered them.
Engaging target.
You had your shot.
You know what to do.
The sheer scope of Hydra's operations in this city are staggering. Especially considering the number of heroes that take up residence here.
The greatest lie the devil ever told. I needed that.
Hostile unit on the move.
Vampires are not the only ones who can fear you.
Hydra, Immortalis! Are you ready? I was born.
For a Hydra!
To get on my bad side.
Faustus was killed so that we would never find this place.
Crossbones was looking for any excuse to put that down. Came along at the right time.
Either way, whatever's down that hole is clearly worth killing to protect. I suggest we get down there while we can.
We should try that more often.
It's on!
That's some move!
We will never forsake her.
I'll handle it!
Something's wrong.
Right time to shine.
You're in over your heads. I'm going in. They haven't changed their minds yet.
Exactly what I needed. You asked for it.
Wow, I'm glad you're on our side.
The enemy has the upper hand. You're in trouble now. Time for the real thing.
I could use your aid. This shall be of great help.
Let's settle this. That's the stuff.
That's not supposed to hurt.
We've done it. Excellent work.
Where do you think it goes?
Down.
Better not be a Fire Dragoon lair. Hydra's been busy.
Whatever the hell they're doing down here. It smells wicked. Remind you of something?
The Sanctum. Back door?
Gonna say yes.
We serve our mother. We await the return of the Midnight Sun. We hate interlopers and their little brains.
I would have preferred the Fire Dragoon.
Hydra forces in this area are causing trouble. Let's take them down.
Objective confirmed.
Pay for that.
Roger that.
Pain only makes us hungrier.
Let us see if they have an answer for this.
Soon we eat. All of you. You will suffer for that. Reinforcements on approach.
That door of his may be our best bet at getting through to the Sanctum and finally taking the fight to Lilith.
Smells like fresh meat. Surface meat. So much better than sewer meat. Sweet, sweet surface meat.
Yeah, you kissed the mother with that mouth? Time to get
First you die, then we eat. There's food anywhere.
lucky shot.
Hydra would make a far easier meal than us, monster.
Yes, but I'm the new country. The meat is spoiled. Mother's blood makes them stronger. It sours the flavor. Too much gamma for our liking.
Well, that put me off my lunch.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. You can thank me later.
Danke.
Forever in service.
There is no end to Hydra's reinforcements, even down here in the sewers. Deal with them if they are in the way. But Venom is the priority.
Food should not play with other food. Especially when you're hungry.
You are a force to be reckoned with.
Time's up for these chumps.
You're too strong for you.
It's actually a pretty hard hit.
This is too much effort for food.
That's one hell of a move.
We've done it. Excellent work.
Hey, Van Helsing! If you're gonna do something, now's the time!
Hang on, Dracula. This one's gonna hurt!
Purge that monstrosity! No!
Light within the darkness. Return to me, child. Must not heed the call. You cannot escape our destiny.
thought Venom's breath was bad.
It is.
Oh, you know I'm kidding, don't you, Charlie? How long was I out?
Days.
What happened?
Before or after you exploded.
The collar.
Still intact. Though, I'll admit, when Agatha and I first made it for you, we didn't anticipate the need to withstand alien energy.
Felt like more than that. As if...
Thankfully, the venom creature didn't seem to like it either. Ran off through that gate of his, which is why Blade was able to get you home.
Next time I will send that thing straight into the abyss.
Next time, there will be no next time. I know I've been pushing things hard. Pushing you.
That's what you do.
Maybe not on this one. At least until we find a way to counteract the volatile effect of these compounding alien and mystic energies. Which reminds me, Strange and Stark have been chomping at the bit to come see you. Which, of course, I would not allow.
Hope you were not too rough on them.
Me? Of course not. Though I can't speak for Charlie. Still, wouldn't hurt to show your face around here when you're ready. People are starting to worry.
Tell me about it. Good girl, Charlie.
All right. So we've had a couple private messages. First one off Spider-Man. Yo Hunter, am I fitting in? Question mark. I think I'm fitting in. Sure feels like it when I'm around you. I have deep thoughts and want to share them. You have time? Question mark. In brackets, full disclosure, you're the second person I've asked, but it was a close second.
They say the Pacific Ocean has no memory, Hunter.
But you were looking at the Atlantic.
Really? Well, that explains so much. Just think. A few years ago, I was just your quintessential 98-pound high school freshman weakling. Even the lunch ladies used to shake me down for milk money. Now look at me. Hanging with the legendary Hunter and the Midnight Suns in their super-secret Atlantic Ocean base.
We are happy to have you.
That's just it. What if that radioactive spider had decided to chomp down on someone else's behind? What would old non-arachnid me be?
A brave warrior and a cunning ally either way.
Not what the kids on the playground used to say. I was the equipment manager for TAG.
Peter, I am friends with you, not your powers.
Now that's an F word I never get tired of hearing. Unless it comes from MJ when you think you're on a date. You know, Hunter, I've been to a lot of truly amazing places since I put on the old spider tights. Way beyond my little neighborhood in Queens. But when all is said and done, there is nowhere I'd rather be right now than here with the rest of you.
Okay, we got a team friendship up to level 4. Blade, hey Hunter, it's hard to remember how we operated before you showed up. We need to change things up with your training. Tell me when you're free to talk privately.
Thought it might be nice to get away from the others and not talk for a change.
So we are going to fight again?
Not exactly. You've proven you can handle yourself with a sword, Hunter. But a warrior's greatest weapon is their mind. Yoga requires discipline, balance, and control. 3 things I'm hoping you've got in spades. How about we grab a couple of mats and find out?
Agatha instructed me in multiple postures from the original sutras themselves. I would be happy to show you a few techniques.
Well, I didn't exactly learn my asanas from the mall, Hunter.
Okay, Blade. Let us do this.
Was hoping you'd say that. Now sit down, relax, empty your mind. Or as Magic likes to say, pretend you're Robbie.
And you are certain it will hold?
We wouldn't be standing here if I wasn't. You two focus on the creature. I will worry about the collar.
Haven't really seen Blade since he got back from the sewer.
Carrying Hunter home on his back.
He's still outside.
Being extra broody.
Maybe you should talk with him.
Good idea. I'll go with you if you like.
All I'm saying is the tower's lost. We're no closer to breaking through Slimerama's sanctum shield, and our exalted chosen one just woke up and is listening to our every word. It's great to see you on your feet again, boss.
You walked away and Venom did not? Impressive.
Heard about the explosion. Glad you're okay. Yeah, something tells me it won't be the spontaneous combustion you'll encounter.
You're one tough cookie, Hunter. Biscotti level tough.
Biscotti?
Teeth-breaking Tony kind of cookie.
If only I was more teeth-breaking with venom.
Yeah, not your best moment, but it wasn't a total bust. We learned that it takes more than an energy blast straight from hell to wipe you out.
True.
And that Blade? He's an ass.